So, hiya folks. Like all of us, we're busy, thankfully. I love being busy, actually. Absolutely adore it. I think it gives me a very, very illusionary fantasy level belief system that somehow I am omnipotent. Well, we all know that's anybody who knows me, that's a joke. But the illusion of importance and purpose, and what I do, I take very seriously. I don't try and take myself too seriously. Looking at some of the videos, gotta be honest with you, come across as a serious dude. Jesus. And it is serious, but humour is a defence mechanism. Humour is a good thing to interlock into conversations, analysis, people, connections. Hugely, hugely, hugely important. So what I try and do at the weekends is spend time with the family, but I also try to get out of my head. And when I was a younger man, that meant going to the pub and going out and going to discos, and it's funny to see my daughter doing what young people do, but getting out of my head now means getting stuff out of my head, getting work out of my head, getting plans out of my head, getting ambition out of my head, getting thoughts, works, details, structures, must-dos, all of that stuff. So how do I do that? Gotta be honest with you, with AI things are becoming different. There's different tools that we can use for that. There's automations we can use, and the reality is AI, how do we feel about it? How do we feel about AI? Because that's the bottom line. It's coming, it's staying, it's going to improve. Where are we now? Watched a great movie, oh my god, great movie last night, about an hour and a half, about the guy's particle reversal. Unbelievable. Can't remember the guy's name. I know that sounds awful, but he was an English guy and he was a master at chess. And he lost with, I think it was about 6 or 7 or 8, lost to a 30-year-old master at a major competition. And the guy stood up and started screaming at him and belittling the kid because it was a 10-hour game, and with a couple of moves he could have made it a draw rather than giving up. And his parents were frustrated with him. Huge money to be a chess player. He then went on, I don't know, did he leave school, but he ended up working in a games company, and he was offered £1 million to stay at the games company rather than go to Cambridge. And thankfully for everybody on the planet, he went to Cambridge. And this guy was one of the forefronters of the we'll put his name in, I'll put a link into the movie as well into the description, but this guy was one of the forefathers of AI, and you could already see the moral dilemmas and philosophical arguments that him and his team were going through, and the pressure for results and funding, and what this amazing man did. And he seemed, but also Genie Mac, talking about a lesson in humbleness. The guy was on the tube, the guy was on trains, there was no big limos, no big flash, very humble guy, huge sense of urgency, huge sense of service and stewardship, that he had to do this within his lifetime, and he only had a limited small lifetime. I was just thinking, wow. Highly recommend the movie. And I guess that I was in San Francisco when the internet came. I was in San Francisco when the .com came, and I did benefit from them, but I wasn't all in. And culturally all around me I could see people were, but I didn't have the skill set, I didn't have the maturity, I didn't have the technical knowledge. I could hardly open up a Word document. And oh, they were the good old days. And to be honest with you, I wanted to be outdoors anyway, so I was not aligned. And then the apps came, and well, fascinating once again. Fresh air is my king. And then AI is doable. AI, things can be aligned. And this time, I'm all in. This time, I'm all in. I'm all in because it isn't going anywhere. This time, I'm an early adopter. And I still do work in a traditional way. But what I do different now is I cross-reference everything and I check it with AI. And so I also get a guy who I work with as well to do it in traditional ways. Then he'll cross-reference my work with AI and I'll cross-reference his. And it is astonishing, AI still cannot be trusted. But it's getting better and better, and it's also getting better and better because we're training it. So as far as I'm concerned, it's not going anywhere. It's only going to improve. There will be more adoption in. I did a year-round course of the Masters in Building Information Technology, and honestly, I had other things I wanted to do in my life, and it was need to balance family life and put first things first. So I had no regrets leaving the course. It was brilliant. Loved the people, loved the lecturers, loved the class, loved my team. Absolutely loved my team. Jesus, they were great. Absolutely. The funny guy that was keeping it all together and working morning, noon and night with new babies. The two newlywed women who were absolutely funny and as sharp, and the absolute inspirational facilitatory young leader who was a little bit reluctant to be called that, but he absolutely loved it. So all of these people and systems and dynamics were of huge importance. My only regret about that course is if I was doing it now, they would be fully integrated. It would be a different course within 2-3 years. Just be a totally and utterly different course. And I'm not here to advocate for AI. I'm not here to endorse it. I'm not here to encourage anybody to use it. That's everybody's personal choice. I don't advocate for anything for anybody else. But what I would say is, it's here, it's going to stay, it's going to get faster, it's going to get better, it's going to get more accurate, it's going to have more depth, it's going to have more cross-reference. It'll get to the stage that it will allow you to effectively automate a huge amount of your workflow, and if you're not on top of it, somebody else will be in charge of it, and that's the bottom line. That's where we are. So I'm going to do a whole series about how I use AI. I'm not going to tell you everything because well, it's not even reluctant to share it because it's about habitualness. If people are interested, they'll use it all the time, and they'll discover more and wonderful things than I can possibly ever do. And their journey is their journey with the tool. So it's about mindset. And that is the weakness and strength of the construction industry. We have a pretty permanent mindset. So listen, look after yourselves. Want to really share the video because it's awesome. And the depth, the humanity, the moral choices, the interlinkage with different interdiscipline skills, the development of the young man who could have become a world-class champion chess player but decided not to, then the courage not to take the money, then the courage to keep going, even though he didn't know where his outcomes were. And his full outcome was particle change. Particle change. So he was able to make things change on the cellular level. And the implications for this are just astounding for medicines, for construction technology, for industry, for pollution, for health, for everything. If you can change molecular sections and proteins, you effectively change and control the nature of life. And he made it open, which is beyond even, like, the wealth in the world. Elon couldn't even imagine the wealth of that. Couldn't even imagine. So, have a great weekend, folks. Get out of your head in a healthy, balanced way. That's what I'm trying to do. And look at that. Look at that. Every time I come to the park, I'm a little bit like Monet. Every time I come to the park, I see it in different lights. Even though it's the same park, I see different things, different lights. And that's all about our perceptions, isn't it? Okay, listen, reach out. If anybody ever sees me knocking around, say hello to me. Talk to you, folks. Have a great weekend. Really enjoy it. And as always, thank you so much for sharing your time with me. Okay, talk to you. Thanks, folks.